Hi everyone, it's Bearded Beatles George's Songs Day 158 and we are launching unreservedly into full-on weekend mode on this wonderful Friday. Thank you for joining me. And we are back, as we have been for most of this week, with a song that was written by George. Of course, yesterday's song was written by Buddy Holly, but that was at least very ably performed by George in the vocalist's driving seat. This today, however, is a full-on George song, except for the bit that his mum came up with, and a little bit of help from John on one of the lines. But apart from that, it's all George. Now then, George started writing this in 1966. But the group wouldn't end up recording the song until they were deep in the throes of the White Album sessions some 2 years later. Inspired to be and written as a piece of social commentary, George again addressed matters of financial greed, consumerism and class differences, but rather than the matter-of-fact manner in which he had addressed such things with Taxman, George instead took a more satirical Orwellian slant with both the lyric and the musical arrangement, relating the song's protagonists to farmyard animals. And in some regard, the music and orchestration reminds me personally of a circus fairground type thing. Anyway, the recording of the song features a harpsichord, which was played by producer Chris Thomas. According to Mark Lewison's book, The Complete Beatles Recording Sessions, Chris Thomas had this to say, and I quote, all four Beatles were there for the session, and we were working in studio number 2. I wandered into number 1 and found a harpsichord, not knowing that it had been set up overnight for a classical recording. So we discussed wheeling the thing into number 2, but Ken Scott said, no, we can't. It's there for another session. So we moved our session into number 1 instead. Harrison agreed that my harpsichord idea was a good one and suggested that I play it. So there you are. Complete with snorting noises provided in part by a recording of animals found on an old EMI 78 record that were then also enhanced by similar noises made by the group themselves as they all pretended to be Piggies. Have you seen the little piggies crawling in the dirt? And for all the little piggies, life is getting worse. Always having dirt to play around in. Have you seen the bigger piggies in their starched white shirts? You will find the bigger piggies stirring up the dirt. Always have clean shirts to play around in. In their styles with all their backing, they don't care what goes on around. In their eyes there's something lacking, what they need's a damn good whacking. Everywhere there's lots of piggies living piggy lives. You can see them out for dinner with their piggy wives, clutching forks and knives to eat their bacon. more time. There we are. What a fun little song that is on so many levels. And how somehow, even after 50 odd years, still fairly appropriate. Right. I will see you all tomorrow. Cheers, everybody. Do take care.